What's up, y'all? Just gonna get right to it here. Just gonna drink a little bit of coffee and yak a little bit, talk about what's upcoming, get on the drum set and dick around, for 10 minutes and get off here. So this is gonna be a really quick stream. Made a big change for the studio moving forward. I ordered a new MacBook Pro, my first Macintosh my first Macintosh ever, but it's going to be aimed specifically for trying to better my mobile music production situation. I use the Alienware Area 51M for for about 7 years. And it's been rock solid for the most part. It's been a really good laptop. To replace it with another Alienware modern version is like almost 10 grand, unattainable in this market. So that's not the only reason. That's not even the main reason. The main reason is because even that newer laptop, schematic wise, yes, plugged in, it will hang with just as large sessions as the MacBook. When consulting with the AI and looking online and looking at stuff, it looks like about the same. I mean, that's kind of not, and it's about 30% difference. There's still a difference. The Mac is still about 30% with the M5 Pro or Max chip. They're about the same for music production. They're still about 30% better than the modern i9 HK processor that's in that newer Alienware Area 51M. That's almost 10 grand. And since the computer markets are looking unstable and things are rising like gold in that market this year because of the AI push and data centers popping up all over the world, supply and demand's driven up component costs, and I've been leaning towards going to Mac for several years anyhow, just because the Apple Silicon is so efficient, and being a trucker by trade most days of the week, with the APU running and plugging into an inverter, and at times that's, that this creates a lot of heat in the truck in the summer. A, so I always got to repaste every year. B, like I can't run my inverter with that and a microwave going because the old laptop pulls a lot of wattage. Windows is getting a little bit more intrusive and unpredictable, and I'm not getting consistent performance from month to month between updates, and I always got to go back and retweak stuff. I'm just tired of all that shit, guys. So I think it's time for me to dive into the Mac world, and I've dove in a big way. I've maxed out most of the things I can get on this new MacBook Pro. It's got the 8 terabytes. It's a 16-inch. It's got the nano texture display to keep reflections down to a minimal. There's 64 gigs of RAM, 8 terabytes of memory. It should. I got 7 years out of the Alienware, and the Alienware was a great piece of gear. It's awesome. I'm on it right now as I'm talking about it. That's what I'm on currently. It runs my whole studio, and it's my mobile, laptop, in quotes. It's more of a mobile desktop than a laptop because it has desktop components in it, desktop CPU, desktop GPU. That's why I bought it at the time. It seemed like, it's a no-brainer for my transition life. That was before I bought or sold my old house and got into the studio and built this studio. So therefore, I knew I needed a good high-end mobile setup because I wouldn't have a studio setup for a while, and I just was going to do primarily mixing and editing and shit in the truck during the work week. So I did that for years, and that was a downtime transition while I built this studio, which I'm about to tear apart some things in the studio and finish some things over the next month as well. So I will be streaming less. This thing is about to be tore down. I'm about to take apart this desk. I got to work on this keyboard. This pitch bend shit gets stuck. I've had this keyboard for about 11 or 12 years now. This MPK88, which I love, but the pitch bend is, you use it gets stuck and goes all the way to plus 12, and it just stays there. So I'm sure I need to take it apart and use some contact cleaner on it. I need to finish this shelf. I never was satisfied with this shelf I bought or made. It was kind of temporary. I got some better brackets for it right here, just sitting out. I don't want to stain it. put better sliders on it. I got 4 sliders on it for this heavy keyboard, but it still kind of sags more than I like, and I'd like for it to come out further than this slider does. So I need longer sliders, essentially, or a slider that it then has a secondary extension part. I might have to triple up on it. I might have to figure the slider situation out. It's not quite what I want. It's just not there. So that's a situation I need to figure out. So yeah, I just got a few things there to do in the studio, and yeah, I got some networking stuff I need to tidy up, cable management wise, and then underneath the stairs of the basement, there's my server room, which I'm still going to set up that laptop the same way. I got the TS5 Caltech dock in there to hook the new MacBook up to, and I've tested it on my stepdaughter's MacBook Air, and it hooks up to everything just fine. So I just got to get go in there and tidy up some stuff and make room for another laptop. So I'm going to have both laptops in there. This one's just going to end up being my gaming laptop. It's going to get retired for that. I'll probably get a capture card for this current laptop to go into the MacBook when I'm home. If I want to game and just, or I don't know, that's kind of backward. Yeah, well, if I just want to capture something off it, let's put it that way. 'Cause if I'm gaming, I don't want to go through a capture card because there's going to be latency added, yada, yada, yada. Anyhow, enough technical jargon. I just want to hop on the drum set. I was dicking with it. The hi-hat's giving me issues. That's another thing I need to work on is that hi-hats. I got a cheap pad on the hi-hat pad, and it's not really as responsive as I really need it to be. It don't feel real at all. Everything else in the kit feels close, but the hi-hat is, yeah, it's not right. You'll see as I get back on the drum cam. I'm going to go ahead and put it on drum cam. Go back there and drum around for a while, then hop off here and quit yakking, y'all. So. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. Go ahead and show off the new camera angles for a moment. See what y'all think. Get some comments, like, subscribe. I'm probably gonna hop off here, y'all. So I am horrible on drums anymore. So please excuse me if that was highly annoying. But yeah, that's pretty much me just trying to get a little bit of practice in without doing any of the fundamentals, just dicking around for a minute, trying to get warmed up to it again. That hi-hat still doesn't quite feel right at all, and neither does the snare, in all honesty, but hopefully I'll eventually get it. So, hey, what's up, Iron Pulse Drumming? Dude, please, since you got drumming in your name, please don't judge me too harshly on dicking around the drum set. I suck anymore. So, I'm mostly a mixing engineer and, you know, recording engineer in my own right, but mostly mixing and mastering is my forte, and I like making beats and rapping and shit. So, appreciate you saying what's up, man. Like, subscribe if you want to. I appreciate that. Any tips on my some getting back into some paradiddles and stuff? Where should I start? Looking at my low level of skills, what would you say? Can I request a song? Oh Lord. No, I'm done for the day, man. I appreciate it though. Yeah, request a song for next time. Yeah, I'll write that down. I'll try to learn something. I need the practice, dude. I am awful anymore. I'll write it down in notes. Get notepad going. New tab. Here we go. Shoot a song request, man. I'll work on it. Try to get it next stream. Double strokes and ghost notes. Gotcha, man. Yeah, my double strokes are fucking horrendous anymore. My triplets suck. All my fundamentals suck anymore. So, you know, that's the second time I've been on the drum set in months. I was on it a little bit last week and realized how horrendous I was trying to play to a click. I was like, I should probably spend more time on this thing. So, but yeah, double strokes, and ghost notes. What genre? Dude, I am not advanced, so I would say probably, you know, something groovy, you know, R&B, rock, basic rock stuff. You know, no polyrhythm shit, because I'm a big fan of polyrhythms, but dude, I can't play that shit. So, you know, I'm a big Korn, Nine Inch Nails, old school Manson fan. You know, love Tool, but I'm not even attempting that. So, Cold Sweat by James Brown. Okay, I'll type that in. I'll give that a go later. Any more suggestions? I'll listen to that and play to it off stream. Name this songs of practice too. Hypnosis by Sleep Token. Now there's some drumming, but I like Sleep Token. They're dope, but I'm not touching their drums, bro. I'm years removed from even attempting that. So it'll take me a couple years to get some chops up again, even approach playing any of that. Nightmare Fuel, is that what you're working on by Sleep Token? You're working on Hypnosis by Sleep Token. What's Nightmare Fuel? What's that comment about? And excuse my squeaking ass chair, I need to replace it. Okay, yeah, I'm far from that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna follow you, bro. Iron Pulse Drumming. I'm going to your channel now, bro. I'm subscribing. Check you out. You got drumming in the name, so you mean business. And I appreciate you stopping by, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, y'all. I got a laundry list of things to do at home today. I just wanted to, you know, drink some coffee, play some drums, and you know, say what's up, give an update on why I'm going to be off here quite a bit in the next month or two. I got a MacBook again. Got a new MacBook coming, and I got to switch over to an operating system I'm not all that familiar with. I've used it some in my life, but I have a lot to learn, and I'm going to tear down some of the things in the studio. And I'm using Streamlabs. That's what I'm using to stream this. On recording, what application you use on recording, I like Studio Pro / Studio One. That is my favorite DAW in the last 25 years. I got Pro Tools and I got other stuff, FL, Reaper. I mean, I got other stuff, but I just prefer Studio One overall. I'm about to start, when I get this new Mac, I'm about to start diving into Logic. There will be some Logic videos and streams coming up sometime this summer, and you know, I'd say 2 months from now probably. It'll probably take me a month to set up that new laptop. I'm gonna release a video on it. I'm gonna go ahead and edit an official video of the transformation and compare the Aerial 51M, which is an old laptop from 2019, I think, to the new M5. So yeah, Studio Pro application. Yeah, by Fender, Nirvana, Nadelia. It's Fender Studio Pro. Yep. It used to be called Studio One. I know the rebranding is kind of dumb because everybody, it just sounds generic if you just say Studio Pro now. Like, you talking about Mac Studio or, you know, like there's some confusion there. Go ahead and shoot a question, bro. Yeah, I've worked with different artists. Yeah, I'm primarily a producer, man. I'm a very, very rusty, barely functioning musician in any respect, to be honest. I'm more of a producer. You know, I'm good at recording and engineering and mic placement. I'm good at mixing and, you know, setting up audio chains and effects, and I'm decent at mixing and mastering. So that's really my forte more than anything. So yeah, I've ran a studio in the past where I've done some local band type stuff, you know, low level kind of stuff. I have things on streaming like Better Off Blind. I've produced all their stuff, and there's a list of other things I can pull up. I've mixed and mastered some through my DistroKid and others for third party people that they've released. I got my own, I call this a little indie, like Absent of Blood or Absent of Body. That's a band I've done some mixing and mastering for in recent years. Rusty Sparks is a solo artist I've done in recent years. Of course, Better Off Blind, you know. I've worked on some things here and there. I'm primarily a trucker by trade, and I'm currently working on my own solo stuff, which is most of my beat stuff on this channel. You'll see I'm just working on brainstorming ideas for Sentient. That's my main purpose for this channel moving forward in the next year. But how much do I earn doing this? Dude, nothing. I've earned money doing this. But with stream revenue, I might have like $20. Oh, it's less than that. It's probably like $10 or something in my DistroKid account. I'm not quite sure. It's petty. Like, there's no money in it. I only get percentages for artists I work with. It's usually like between 5 and 15%. It's more of a hobby, bro, to be honest with you. I have done it for pay, you know, 15 years ago for local bands and stuff, and I made some money. You know, it was feast or famine. There's some weeks I'd make an extra $1,000, and other weeks I wouldn't make a single cent. So it was up and down. You know, 15 years ago. Then I got divorced and into trucking, yada yada yada. So I'm not in it for the money, guys. I mean, this channel's not monetized. This is just a hobby, y'all. I am a pro hobbyist, a semi-pro, so to speak. If you're going to make money in it, you know, you really got to do a lot of socializing and networking and build clientele and have good people skills, which I don't think I ever had great people skills, to be completely honest. I kind of lacked in that area. And when I got divorced in my late 20s and transitioned to trucking, you know, I moved out of the house. The ex-wife got the house, and So I had no studio, and I was living out the truck for a couple years, and I just kind of broke off clean. There was a few people like from Better Off Blind. They used to be clients back in the day, and there's some people I'd like to continue to work with, but I did it on a percentage of streams royalty kind of, you know, set up, and it doesn't make any profit. I spend more money on keeping it streaming than streaming pays. So that's just to be completely honest. But all right, y'all, I appreciate the interactions. That's cool. I hope everybody has a good Sunday. I am going to go ahead and hop off here.